So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. May I again take this opportunity to welcome you again to Market Access week number 1, where we shall actually be talking about introduction to the market. And this will take the whole of this week before we roll out the next module next week. Yeah, with me is my colleague, Edwin Alum. For those who are not available last time, we are co-hosting or rather anchoring this training with my colleague, Edwin. Edwin, please, could you just say hi to our colleagues and then just proceed?
Hello, everyone. It's really good to see every one of you. I think only Humphrey was not there last time. Okay, actually, also Darilyn was not there last time. And there is Defin Baje. I don't know if he was there last time. So we have quite a good group of new chaps. We just introduced ourselves. And today, to kick off this session so that we are able to give ourselves a foundation for what we are going to learn today, we had told the companies to give us their unique selling points and the unique selling points both of the company and of the product that they sell. So without much ado or without taking too much time, I'd probably just go as I see them on the screen. I think that is okay, Tom. So that they can just tell us. You tell me the name of your company and what is unique about your company and what is unique about the product that you're engaging in. Please don't mind any format, just use it. Today's session actually is where we are going to show you how to format it properly, how to be able to outline it properly and present it properly. But for now, just tell us what is the unique selling point of your company and of your product. So I think because Abraham is already on unmute, Abraham, you're the first one to go. Tell us the name of your company and what is your unique selling point.
Okay. My company's name is Okremekuku Agro Product and Farm Complex.
Sorry, repeat that again.
Okremekuku Agro Product and Farms Complex.
Okay.
And it's a company in Ghana.
Yes.
From Ghana, in the region of Ghana.
Yes.
The capital, the area I'm living is called Odubase Krobo.
Okay.
It's called Odubase Krobo. Yeah. It's a race of people who speak a language called Krobo.
Is that the west or the east?
Yeah. So currently, I'm into production of fresh mango.
There's a bit of a noise on your background.
No, it's not my background. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So currently, I'm into mango production.
Yes.
I have mango plantations, an area of about 12 acres. And I produce fresh fruits for...
How many acres?
That is 12 acres. 12 acres. So
12.
my major...
Okay.
Major acres are the processing company. That is Blue Sky. Blue Sky, they produce fresh cuts and export to Europe. Then we also have HPW, who do dry mango chips also to the European markets. Then we also have Agropa. They also do dry.
You also have?
Agropa, West Africa.
All right.
They are also
I got that.
It also to food drying.
Yes.
Besides, I also learned how to do fruit drying. So currently, I'm in a small scale production of dry mango chips. I also produce jam, mango jam. Then I also produce fresh mango juice. Then I sometimes also produce pulp for other small holders into juice processing, the mango pulp. So currently, these production are on small scale, but I have the the vision to expand it to a commercial entity where I can even sell it to outside Ghana here. So currently, this is what I'm into, and this is the mango season. So I'm producing some of the dry fruits for the local market. In fact, the dry fruit has got a potential market both locally and externally. Besides, it has got a longer shelf life. So you can even produce, when the product is a glut, you can produce plenty and then store it for at least 1 year without being deteriorated. Yes. So this is what I'm into currently.
Okay, you've described it very well, but I'm trying to look at just maybe 1 or 2 points on why your company, or what is the unique thing about your company. I know we call it unique selling point, but would you tell me what do you think is unique versus other companies who are into mango? Because from what I've heard is you have 6 products: the fresh mangoes, dried mangoes. I think there is a jams, if correct me if I'm wrong, fruit juices, and then pop as well. So it's about 5 products, but you only have 12 acres of mango. So is it that you get other mango from elsewhere? But before we get into that, what would you think is unique about your company versus probably a different company doing something similar? And then what is unique about these 5 products of yours? Maybe you can choose the best-selling product and tell us.
Okay. Well, you see, the reason what has prompted me to go into this processing is that there comes a season where there's a glut, and these companies that are off-takers our products are not able to produce, are not able to take them as we expected it. So that has compelled me to go into this small processing units, and definitely the quality I'm producing so far, both the fresh fruits and this thing, make my company very unique. Besides, I'm on this Global Gap certification. My farm has been Global Gap certified. The association belong to do group Global Gap assessment, and then we obtained a certificate for that. So I'm Global Gap certified, and these are some of the qualities that is needed for both local and external markets.
Great. And do you think the organization structure that you have, is it complex? Is it a flat sort of organization structure? Is it a bureaucratic one? How would you describe your company organization structure? Just briefly in 1 minute.
Oh, well, it's just a small scale company, a sole proprietorship company, where I have some few workers and myself, because as I've told you, it's more like a pilot project, which I'm here to go into real commercial production. But currently, I'm producing it for small markets, and so it's not that complex company. So when I got funding, I will expand it to be a very big company. Currently, it's like a family business.
Okay, if I hear you correctly, so basically one of the advantages I'm hearing is that decision making is faster because the organization is still a lean one, and you being the key decision maker, then you have that unique place of making decisions faster. So your customers, you're very agile. Would that be a correct assumption based on what you told us?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. I think you started us off very well, Abraham, and of course, as I wish you all the best, we'll be able to refine that unique selling proposition that you have, and as we go through the lesson, and then by the end of the lesson, you should be able to do something better and present it in a manner that you are able to showcase it to your investors. I've heard you talk about you're looking for funders, and also to showcase it to your potential customers, because I've heard you talking about expansion into different markets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you also.
Thank you very much, Abraham. I'll go to Darilyn. Darilyn, you're next on my screen. I'm not being funny. That is what I see.
Yeah, no problem.
Abraham, you can go on mute so that Darilyn can take her.
Okay.
All right. Okay, my name is Darilyn Smart. I'm located in the beautiful Caribbean region, and I have two companies, Smart Foods Caribbean Limited and We Island Company. What we do is that we harness the agricultural potential of the Caribbean and transform them into value-added products for the hotels, restaurants, and retail sectors. Our competitive advantage or unique selling proposition is that we make products specific for institutions based on their needs, quantities, and wants. And we package pertaining to how they want it, their batch sizes, and their requirements. So we have been able to penetrate a bit some of the institutional market in terms of food service by making products that are specific for companies. So that includes a wide variety of things. It can lead from raw juices to pulps to tomato sauce to garlic sauces. So it depends on the institution and what their need is. And once we have the capacity and the equipment to do it, we will. We are now expanding into farming, and we're acquiring a farm that produces soursop. And we will now be exporting fresh soursop and turning that soursop into pulp and other value-added products. Yeah. So that's
excellent. I think that was very, very precise, Darilyn. I think probably Tom and I should leave you to take over the class for at least 20 minutes. But this is what I liked about how you described it, and that you are very specific in terms of you service only institutions. And the institutions, you based on what they want, how they want it packaged, and you've been able to be agile enough to supply them, I think, with juices, sauces, pulps, and now there's vertical integration. You're trying to integrate vertically into own production. Could I ask, where were you sourcing your produce before, or rather now that you still don't have own production?
We have contracts with farmers who supply products for us, and we go to those farmers. So they supply basically how we want it, what we're looking for, and we kind of prescribe a growing guide as to what type of raw material we're looking for.
And are they certified? Do you have any certifications like Global Gap? Abraham's company had Global Gap. Yourself, what certifications do you have?
Global Gap Farmers is non-existent. There are no. We have to bring people from outside of our region to do the certification. Some of the farmers follow GAP procedures, but they're not certified. So that's why we have these growing guides as to what we need.
Okay, so I mean, your unique selling proposition or your unique selling point here, if you ask me, would be your agility and the specificity of servicing only institutions for now, and of course the diversification that you've gone through and the specific products that you called out, especially for the institutions. I think that is what I picked out from it. Of course, by the end of the lesson or by the end of the session, we'll be able to help you streamline that so that in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you can be able to quickly tell either your investors, because you're going into your own production now, or your new markets, you can be able to share with them what the unique, why they should go with your company and not with another one. So thank you very much for that input. And I see on my screen, Johannes. Johannes, you're next. Fortunately.
Fortunately. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go for it.
I initially prepared a value proposition, but I'm trying to adapt it here into a unique selling points. But as you said, this is an
Let's go for it.
opportunity to present it and then sharpen it and then improve it.
For
So
sure.
our unique selling point our business model is based has two clients or two customers. We have the farmers, and then we have the consumers.
Yes.
So trying to shorten it into 2 minutes or 2 minutes a sentence a little bit harder, but basically JJ AgroGrowers is the company I'm representing, and we aim to stand out in the agriculture sector by offering quality and sustainably produced food products, specifically currently spices and nuts, cashew nuts. We source directly from smallholder farmers, and we try to minimize the middleman between farmers and consumers. So we have our retail brand called Enjoy. Through this retail brand, we're trying to directly target consumers, while at the same time we're also targeting wholesalers and distributors who are interested in reselling our packaged brand. At the same time, who are interested in buying bulk, that is 100 kilograms up to 1 ton of processed food products, spices, and nuts. What makes us unique specifically is that we can tailor the certifications. So, for example, our goal is to sell in Europe, and we are much aware that European customers are more interested in, of course, farm certifications such as Global GAP, organic products, but also production certifications such as ISO 2000 or FSC 2000. Therefore, we can monitor and work towards these certifications because we control the product from the farm all the way to production. Now, how I can convert this into 2 minutes, that's what I'm hoping to learn in this lesson.
I think you've done very well, Johannes. First of all, good preparation. So that is commendable as well. So what I get from you quickly, if I was an outsider, is that you deal with only 2 products and you target majority of them. You deal with 2 products and you only have 2 clients. So either the farmers or the consumers. And then what you're doing, what I like is you do not talk about it as a unique selling point, but you're branded. To the retailers, you have your own branding, which is one of the unique selling point, much as you did not mention it. And of course, you're targeting wholesalers and retailers. They may not need the branding that much. But then again, for the European guys, you already know certification is required and you're able to do that. Lucky for you, because you're dealing with 2 products, which is spices and nuts, correct me if I'm wrong, then it means that you can basically, it's easier to certify because now you're not dealing with a whole range of products. And for your company, I think it's a family business, if I remember from our first session.
That is correct. Unfortunately, I just want to correct you there that so when I say spices, it's actually 7 different spices. So you have black pepper, you have which.
What I meant is category, not product. Sorry, you have 2 categories: nuts. I'm sure nuts is cashew nuts and all manner of macadamia and all that, and spices as well. There's too many of them. Yes. But the moment that you put them in 2 different categories, you already know what you're doing, and it's something that you must maximize on as you talk about your unique selling point.
Yes.
And because I did not hear you talk about. I heard you in the first session talking about this being a family business. I think we've participated in a training with your mom.
Yes.
One of the things you should be able to mention is the agility of decision making.
Yes.
Because it means that if it comes to you, you can quickly make the decision in conjunction with the family members who run the business, and quickly deliver a decision to your customer, especially the European clients who are sometimes quite, they want things to move quite fast, especially after securing an order with them. Yes. So that could be something you can include in your proposition.
Yes.
But thank you very much for that precise one. I'll go to Gadi Banga. The floor is yours.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Thank you very much. Okay. My name is Gadi Banda. I'm based here in Malawi, in the northern region. in the city of Mzuzu. I've got a small company called Ramsey Agriculture. It's like a farming business, mainly championing the cultivation of perennial crops in various locations in the northern part of Malawi. We do cultivate crops which are not highly promoted in this country, but we feel like they've got very big potential to be put on the market in terms of their products. For instance, we're cultivating palm, so that we must be able to put palm oil on the market. Palm is available in Malawi, but it's not highly promoted or championed by the government. But as a company, we are promoting the cultivation of it in the northern part of the country, in the district called Karonga. We do cultivate cashew nuts. Cashew nuts is available in Malawi, but it's not highly promoted. But as a company, we also do cultivate cashew nuts, so they must be able to put raw cashew nuts on the market. The other crops which we cultivate are avocado pears. The intention is mainly to produce avocado pear oil, mainly for cosmetic. We cannot be able to put for edible, it's so hard for us. So we normally are cultivating avocado pears for production of avocado oil. And other crops are macadamia nuts, coffee, tang oil, sisal, and beta chili, to name a few. Those are the main products. Our main importation has been to be processing these products and be able to put them on the international market, because on the local market, they're not on high demand. They're not on high demand here in this country. We have put cashew nuts, but they're not highly consumed by the local people. But I know they've got high demand in the international market. Similarly, when it comes to things like macadamia nuts, palm oil, yes, oil is in high demand, but we know for sure that on the international markets where there's high demand. Same thing like whenever come avocado oil, on the international market is when it's in high demand, but locally it's not on high demand. So our intention mainly is to be putting these products on the international market. That's my business.
Great, Gadi. Now, this is very interesting for me. Why did you choose the low promotion crops, as you call them? First of all, before you answer, I would never use low promotion crops in when describing my unique selling point.
No, the thing is,
then it would look like.
As a country, Malawi, we described as a agricultural agricultural productivity. I mean, our GDP depends on agricultural crops, sure. But we found that there are only mainly 4 crops which covers almost 80% of our export base, which is tobacco, tea, sugar, and coffee, right? But as a country, we've got the potential to produce these other crops in various locations. And as of now, there hasn't been any big push by any other agency or any other organization, even at the government, to make sure that these crops are highly exported. So we know that there's that niche in the market whereby we can be able to produce these crops and be able to push on the market. But we just a matter of having a company which can be able to promote those crops.
Great. Now, if I was to ask you, I think that I would ask you the question differently. Why would, let's say, a company in Europe buy your palm oil or your avocado and leave the avocado in South Africa or in Kenya? Or those are the 2 biggest producers of avocados in Africa. Why would they go for that?
Well, I know that there's a big challenge that we've got already big competitors up in the market there. But as I said, for us, we're not competing for edible. We are normally looking for cosmetics. Avocado oil, we're trying to keep the niche. So our unique point is mainly to supply the cosmetic market. Okay. Whenever it comes
I wanted to get that out of you. The oil, the extraction is your unique. You're extracting the value out of the product, not selling it fresh.
Yeah. That's right. I'm not selling fresh. That's right.
Great. And is your company family owned as well? I think we've done training before with yourself as well.
No, it's not family business, no, but it has been structured to be owned by a certain trust, so that it should be have consistent continuous. So we have got like a family trust which owns it, but it's not like run by family, no. We have got other external investors also in there.
Excellent, Gadi. Now, thank you also for the presentation. So now I think the rest are also getting where we are going with this and taking notes as well, because that's the gist of the training for today, or for the whole, actually, 4 sessions that or 8 sessions that we'll have up to March the 13th or something like that. The next on my screen, I believe this is Nancy. NZ is Nancy. Is it Nancy? Yes, should be.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Masikati Masquera say.
If you interpret it, we are going to work on it. By the end of the training, we'll be able to say
It
it
means
properly.
good afternoon. I thought I'd change my name to Nancy. So that is Nancy Ziambi from Harare in Zimbabwe. I'm from an organization called Women in Agriculture Union. Wow.
Yes.
Great. So Women in Agriculture Union is self-explanatory. It's an apex organization that's brought together women in farming, and that's women in smallholder farming or all the way to commercial farming. So it's a membership-based organization, and it's got a national footprint. So we're in all 10 provinces of Zimbabwe, represented at chapter level. It's small subscription based, and then it's basically to capacitate and empower women to view their daily farming or agricultural processes as a business. So that's what we are for, to upscale for women to upscale their daily farming and agriculture to business that is income generating. So our strength or unique selling proposition lies in the fact that we're able to pool land. So at present, the land that we have is about 12,000 hectares. So we're able to pool land for any contracts that we come across, and women can now cluster themselves and use the pool of land that we have. So it's quite a resource that we do have. We also look at collaborations. We'd like women to be certified in their training. So we partner with universities so that as they learn and they capacitate, their qualifications are also recognizable. Thank you.
Great, Nancy. I think apart from what you mentioned as the last unique selling point, there is I like what you said, upscale agriculture from hobbies to businesses, unless I missed it. I think that is what the whole point of your organization is about in a nutshell, is it?
Yes, it is. Not so much hobbies, but farming for consumption, but instead farming for a business.
Commercially, to farm commercially and not just for subsistence.
Very much so, yes.
And mostly for women, yes?
It is women, no men in our organization.
So it is only for women. Now, isn't that something that is unique? So that is something that should come out also clearly in your, especially there are organizations that are also supporting, or customers that are keen on supporting produce from farmers who are women. So as you present your unique selling point, this should also always come out as clear as possible. So I think don't miss it out because you think it's I don't know why you'd miss it out, because it's actually quite clear. Upscale women, not just any other person. So Tom cannot join, unfortunately, this group, however much is. So I think that is something unique that you should add to your unique selling point, Nancy.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I'd go to Defin. Defin Baje, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, hi. I'm Daphne Mbanje. I'm a farmer in Zimbabwe, Chipinge, Eastern Highlands of Zimbabwe. I'm also running a family business, and our company is called Avomac Farm. Our main production is macadamia nuts and avocados for export markets. And we also do seasonal vegetables and gumballs for the local market. So our unique selling points for our macadamia nuts is that our macadamia nuts are of high quality sorting, Avomax macadamia nuts are sorted using state-of-the-art technology to ensure consistent quality and minimal defects. This sorting includes the drying. So Avomac Farm has managed to install dryers that dry up to 3,000 metric tons per season. These macadamias are not only from Avomac Farm, but from other farmers surrounding, because having dryers in Zimbabwe is actually a unique setup on its own. Not all farmers can afford to have drying facilities for their macadamia nuts. Another thing with our macadamia nuts is that they have a unique flavor profile. Our macadamia nuts have a distinct flavor profile due to the region's unique soil and climate conditions. As compared to other nuts from other countries like China or even Australia, you see that because our soils are very high in iron, it actually enhances or enriches our flavor for the nuts, so making them very unique on the market. Another thing is that we apply sustainable farming practices. Our macadamia nut farms use sustainable farming practices, ensuring a reduced environmental impact. So even if you visit the farm, you see that we are not just farming, but we are also taking care of the environment. This includes taking care of our roads, our rivers, protecting the rivers. We have natural springs around the area. We also take care of that. We do not allow hunting in our farm, and etc., etc. Also, another unique selling point for our nuts is that you can have them all year round. Anytime you need macadamia nuts, you can always get them from Avomac Farm throughout the year. So this now ensures a consistent supply for the customers. And for our avocados, they have a premium variety. Avocados are of premium variety with a high oil content and creamy texture. We farm a variety called Hass, which is very popular on the market nowadays. We also have expert handling. Avomac's avocados are handled with care to prevent bruising and damage, ensuring they arrive at customers in optimal conditions. So we do have a pack house. The plan is to put up a pack house on our own farm, but at the moment we rent out a pack house, which is just a few kilometers from our own farm, but we make sure that all avocados are packed through the pack house. We also give ripening services to our customers for local products, so that we offer, we actually ensure avocados are delivered to customers at the optimal stage of ripeness. So with our ripening services, we do not do very bulk services, probably because of our distance from the export market. So we only cater for the local market. Another thing is that Avomac is also on its way to get Global GAP certified. All things being equal, we are getting our first certification in April. So everything is underway. We are preparing for our certification. We have done the trainings. We have engaged consultants, and we are making sure that we meet the highest standards for food safety and sustainability. And then for overall, we thrive to do quality and consistency. We are committed to delivering high quality products with consistent taste, texture, and appearance. We prioritize sustainable and responsible farming practices, reducing its environmental impact and promoting social responsibility. We are very customer-centric as well. Avomac is customer-centric, offering customized solutions and services to meet the unique needs of its customers, especially for our macadamia nuts. Usually we pack according to the customers' requirements. We make sure we deliver what the customer has required, as well as the avocados. We also do the same. We also uphold the Zimbabwean heritage. Avomac is proud of its Zimbabwean heritage, promoting the country's unique products, and supporting local communities. Through supporting local communities, we have actually rolled out some seedlings of macadamia nuts to also promote other incapacitated farmers, targeting mainly child-headed families and widows. So we help them with starting up their own plantations at this, and then we do a profit sharing after maybe 5 to 7 years. And after the trees will be theirs, then there will be no more profit sharing. I think that's it about our Avomac farm.
Daphne, that was excellently done. I think I have enough points from you, and it was also precisely done. As we are continuing this exercise, we realize now the presentations are getting better and better. And by the end of the training, it would even be better than this one. So I've picked up quite a number, and you can, I think what you'll be able to do going forward is to summarize them for yourself, Daphne, so that you're able to present it in the quickest time possible. And I thought about number one is your drying facility. That would be a unique selling point. Number two is the all year round production. I picked that up quite quickly. And then number three would be the sustainable farming. And then the unique flavor because of the profile of the soil. So you see, when you pick some of the key things that are not there compared to other big producers like China or Australia, then you're able to put yourself out there as somebody separate or somebody better at providing this service or this product than the others. Otherwise, good presentation. And not to take much time, Humphrey, then we go to, there is Chisel Investments. I don't know who that is, but they can change their names as Humphrey presents. Humphrey, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm Humphrey from Malawi. We are into mangoes and bedai chiri. We produce and process the chiri. For the mangoes, we produce fresh and we sell locally, and we also to another company that exports from Malawi, outside Malawi. Our unique selling points are three. Number one, we grow fully dried green in color bedai chiri. Unlike other local producers who only produce dry red chilies, we produce fully dried but green in color. The second unique selling point is the outgrower scheme. So we have got an outgrower member scheme with over 20 active medium-scale farmers who are into bedai chili and mango production. This ensures consistent supply of high-quality products throughout the year. The other unique selling point is affordable pricing. Our farms are situated in Blantyre Rural with access to affordable labor and favorable weather and climatic conditions for the production of both mangoes and chili. So because our production costs are low, our pricing are also affordable. Thank you very much.
No, Humphrey, that was quite precise. Thank you very much. You've made the 3 points. We don't need to belabor them. And you said you produce and you process chilies and mangoes mostly for the local market and also to the other local exporters. So these three, you can always build on them. I liked the fact that others are doing fully red dried, but you're doing fully green dried, which is also less costly because typically you'll harvest the green chilies earlier than the red ones. And that is a very, very unique point. I've actually never known that there's somebody who does fully green dried. And of course, affordable pricing is something that people are also grappling with at this point in time. And thank you for the presentation. The last person would be Chisel Investments. Would you kindly tell us your name and then you go ahead so that we can jump into the training?
Okay, my name is Christine Chizana. I'm from Zimbabwe. We come from a company called Chisel Investments. We have two unique products that we market that are totally unrelated. We do peas for export, Monch 2 peas and sugar snaps. And we also do shisha tobacco, as well as Virginia tobacco. That's on our tobacco line.
Okay.
So our unique proposition on the peas is that we produce fresh, high quality, high yielding varieties, and our production is in a sustainable manner whereby we do not do child labor, we work with women, we incorporate a lot of other good agronomic practices in our production. That is on the pea side for horticulture. Then on our shisha tobacco, we produce a high quality, low nicotine tobacco that is highly flavored and very clean and of exceptional quality, premium quality, which is really what's unique. The nicotine levels are very low, and it's also produced sustainably, where we don't do child labor, and we produce large volumes of high quality. We aim for 90% high quality in our grading system, as well as our Virginia tobacco. We also aim for high quality, but this is now high nicotine tobacco. That's the difference with the shisha. So we also produce high yielding, high quality shisha, high yielding, high quality, high nicotine Virginia tobacco, which is a premium brand. And Zimbabwe is also known for its flavor, its unique flavor that also comes from our soils. So I would say that's what we mainly do at Chisel Investment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christine. I think you're also quite precise with what you do. And I think as you move along, you could also mention the variety that you're dealing with, because the customers that you're selling this to, especially let's say you're in a trade fair like the one that ended in Berlin about a week or so ago, you could tell them what variety you're dealing with, and you might find that that variety then becomes something that they want, because you do not have a lot of time, and you do not want to assume that they know that the variety you're dealing with is high yielding. Also, maybe as you're talking about high yield, you could talk about what it does, how much it yields per acre, for example. But other than that, low nicotine was a great selling point for me, and flavorful. So those are some of the things people are looking for in this tobacco, and sustainable production, which is now you're not using child labor, things that people are keen about nowadays. So other than that, I think everybody took their time, and I'm quite, happy that everybody went and actually did the work and came and presented beautifully. So for that, we are quite happy. And so that we don't take too much time, we're going to jump straight into the training. I don't know, Tom, if you have any comments, but I think they have done a good work of, again, shortening the training, because now we are just going to be interacting based off of these points that we've just talked about. But Tom, if you have any comment, please go ahead.
I am happy. I'm so happy at the presentations cutting across various countries, various companies, various products with different unique selling points, which of course is really very important. And the beauty of it again is that we listen to all of us collectively and realize each and every single person in the room has actually got something special to offer. So I think at that point in time, I wouldn't have much to say about that. Edwin, we could perhaps just go straight, to the aspect of the training that then builds onto this very fundamental issue that we have discussed. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making time to look at your unique selling points across all the various products that you do. And really, it's really very, very humbling, listening to all of us, because the products in Malawi are different from those in Tanzania. The products in Trinidad and Tobago completely different from what we have in Malawi and Zimbabwe, and the way they are actually positioned for the various markets is actually very, very important. So today, we are going to put your thoughts together and then support the process of developing your product profile and your company profile, because it is only then, after you get the unique selling points properly done, that you can then be able to ask yourself which particular market I can actually be able to position my products into. So therefore, you will please allow me to share the presentation for today that will be very, very key in terms of supporting all those very important points that you have raised while you are doing your presentations. I want to believe we can be able to see the slide. Is that right? Can you see the slide? Hello? Hello, are we able to see the slide? Oops. Hello?
Great. So as we wait, great.
Yeah, fundamentals of marketing.
Tom is back, but this is flowing into the training.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, sorry guys for that small technical glitch. You could perhaps just allow me to share this.
Let me allow you to share. It would be easier for you to navigate.
Yes, exactly. All my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. These things normally happen. I really appreciate Erin for actually jumping in to rescue the situation. I hope you're able to see the slide.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let us proceed from where we were. Yeah, so today's session is about introduction to market access, and some of the issues we'll be addressing is how to make an informed decision regarding which market to be able to target. And the market we are able to target is actually the market that will be suitable for the various products and services that we offer to these various markets. So we will proceed on and basically just interrogate this by way of the objectives for the training. We will take a moment in the process of discussion to reflect on the competitiveness of the products that we have, values and provenance as means of differentiating your company from the competition, because there must be something that is actually unique that then separates us from the competition, that then separates our product that we offer from the product that the competition is also offering. And then we will also try as much as possible to consolidate the understanding of the key factors to consider when we are assessing the various markets. And then finally, messages that we convey to the buyers that can effectively communicate the products that we actually offer to the various markets that we serve. So you realize we could be having various product portfolios, but it all depends on how we package it to a point that we can convincingly go to the market and say, look, this is a product that is unique, that is completely different from the offering that we are getting from the competition. So these are the objectives for the training today. And we start with the fundamental of marketing. All right.
Okay.
The 5 fundamentals of marketing. Number 1 is to know your market. Ask yourself various questions. One is, what is it that is actually special about this market? And why do I think that this market is actually the most important market and the most credible market through which the company can actually be able to get income. And again, after asking ourselves some of those questions, then the how do we get into this market? That is very, very important when we are actually talking about knowing the market in which we want to position our various products. Now, in terms of knowing the market we're talking about, we will have to consider the opportunities and threats that exist in the various markets that we actually want to target. Because we could be talking about getting into a particular market, but when we weigh all the opportunities and threats, then we realize perhaps the threats are far much more than the opportunity. Then it becomes costlier to get into that particular market. Again, we ask ourselves, the strengths and weaknesses that we actually have. Remember, strengths and weaknesses are actually internal to the companies, while opportunities and threats are actually external. So we do external environmental scanning and also look inwardly to assess the strengths and weaknesses that we have before we get into these markets. And again, it is important to also analyze the trends in the various markets that we want to get into. As we're speaking now at the international level, there are certain challenges pertaining to the export market opportunities, whether you are actually in Africa or in the Caribbean, because of the different geopolitical aspects that are actually taking place at the moment. So those are the things that we perhaps also need to look at before we make a decision in which particular market we need to get into. And therefore, market analysis is very important, whether it is domestic, regional, or international. What is it that this market actually requires? What are the trends that we actually have the last 5 years, the last 10 years? And considering these trends, is there a possibility that we could actually be talking about getting into this market? After doing the analysis, then we segment the market. Segmenting the market could be at the local level. We could as well consider which particular market we actually want to penetrate. In listening to Darilyn was actually talking about positioning their products to specifically institutions, which means for the case of Darilyn, she is not into, say, the retail chains. Okay, so that is what we mean by segmentation. One must be able to appreciate which particular market he or she wants to position the products. That is important. Then we set our priorities in terms of in the target market that we actually want to get into. If you do not set your priorities right, then penetrating these markets becomes a little bit of a challenge. So that is about fundamentals of marketing. One, know your market. So let's move to the second fundamental of marketing and see how related it is to the know your market as fundamental number one. The second one is what is important to your target customers. When I was listening to you across, I actually realized that most of you are actually looking at what they consider to be important to the customers. But then, before you get to know what is important to your target customer, there is the why. Why do you think that target market is important? And what is it that you can actually be able to do to make this customer happy? And the how of getting to this particular target market. So the second aspect in terms of fundamental of marketing, the 5 of them, is number 2, know what is important to your target customer. Don't just get into the space without actually doing a bit of environmental scanning to be able to appreciate what is important to this target customer. Now, what are we looking at here? For you to be able to get to know what is important to the target customer, you've got to talk to these customers, maybe through surveys or maybe just one-on-one walking into the various shops where you want to perhaps position your macadamia nut, to be able to listen to them, or even by way of walking around to get to know how they position their products, what are the pricing strategies they're actually using, because price is eventually the final thing that brings revenue to the market. You don't get into a market space where you can actually not be able to operate effectively and efficiently in terms of profitability. Get information from the distributor that are actually dealing with these products. Yeah, Talk to people or companies that can provide this information. So knowing what is important to your target market is important, and this is actually the approach you get to make to be able to capture the relevant information that will then be in a position to let you know what exactly is important to the customers in that particular target market. Number 3, make sure that you differentiate yourself from your competition. Don't go for what everybody else is actually doing. So completely differentiate yourself from the competition. And there are several aspects that are actually important here. Because remember, some of you are actually talking about sustainability. Some of you are actually talking about standard certification, production processes in terms of certification, and equally farm practices in terms of organic certification, and perhaps also global gap. So make sure you differentiate yourself from the competition. How do you go about this? Right? Competitive analysis is actually very important. You need to understand the people that you are fighting with into the market, the distribution of resources if necessary, to be able to differentiate yourself from the competition. Once you do proper competitive analysis, then you can position yourself or even reposition yourself. Repositioning yourself basically means that you had positioned yourself initially, but the fact that you positioned yourself initially, you realize it did not give better results. So after doing competitive analysis, then you reposition yourself, right? That is number 3 in terms of the 5 marketing fundamentals. Number 4, focus the attention of each person on distribution or on distributing what the client wants. Marshal all the team members that you have. We normally say that in every single company, everybody is a marketing person, right from the sweeper, right from the watchman at the gate to the middle management, all of us collectively. Focus the attention of each and every person, be it the people at quality control, the people who are actually doing the production, the people who are actually sourcing the raw materials, because they've got to source high quality raw materials to be able to get top of the range product. So focus the attention of each and every person on distributing what the client wants. If you do not do this, then 9 out of 10, you might end up getting it wrong. And getting it wrong basically means the company will not succeed in the market. Okay? Guide and coordinate the efforts of all the people around yourself to be able to get it right. Measure and monitor effectiveness of all the activities, right from all the functions of the business. And that is the reason why weekly meetings are actually very, very important, so that then we listen to all the different functions of the organization to be able to see whether or not they are aligned to the marketing objectives of the organization. So number 4, focus the attention of each person on distributing what the client wants. It is actually the client that are actually driving the different organizations that we operate into. If you do not listen to what the clients are actually saying or what the clients are actually looking for, then I can tell you for sure, it will be very difficult for us to remain in that space. The final stage is monitor changing market condition constantly. They keep on changing every single day. Today, you have macadamia nut that is of the right flavor, that is of the right size, but before you know it, the customers actually changed. So constantly listening to these customers. Today, you have global gap, but the customer is then asking for a different specification. So these are some of the things that are actually very, very important. So keep on monitoring changing market conditions constantly. This you only do through consistent market intelligence. But I want to tell you that market intelligence is not the expensive market intelligence that we're talking about. Market intelligence can come through various aspects. If you are in retail chain, you could perhaps just walk into the supermarket and observe what your customers are doing. And for Darlene, who is actually talking about supplying to the institutions, you build relationships with those institutions. If you build a very strong relationship with this information, with these institutions, information from the competition will flow to you directly, perhaps without even you knowing. So customer relationship management is also very crucial, because it's supposed It supports largely the market intelligence. And the market intelligence as a feedback mechanism is important for the various organizations that you work with. And market analysis continuously, and then you create a feedback system within the organization to be able to make your products perfect every single day, depending on the various market conditions that you operate into, right? Davin Danje had actually walked out. Let me just bring her on board. Now, having said that, as a basis for the fundamentals of marketing, then we get to the crux of the matter, describing your company and product specifications. This will take, I wouldn't wish to talk about 90 minutes because we've been around for some time, but I will actually try to make it as short as possible so that we don't stay here. This section is important because we must start from the company and the product. We must get it right internally before we go out. But remember, it is the information that we gather externally, which we have actually spoken about, that then we bring internally to be able to position both our company and the products that we then provide to the market in a much more holistic manner, in a manner that then meets the customer specifications. All right, so this is a repetition, or rather an emphasis in terms of the objectives that we need to look at before we can actually effectively talk about, the company profile as well as the product profile. So let me move on. In terms of communicating the credentials that we have as an organization, and this is actually very, very important, the way we package the credentials that we have as an organization. Listening to what you people said, we want basically just to make a summary that perhaps will be able to capture what you did mention. Now, right here, we are talking about what makes you different. If you have organic certification, that is actually something that you need to make noise about. That is something that you need to talk about very loudly, because then it differentiates yourself from the competition. So what is it? How do you communicate some of these credentials? Carbon footprint. This is what we're actually seeing here. It is actually becoming more important now. Europe is actually talking about carbon footprint certification. What it is that we are being encouraged, those of us in the space of export, to avoid exporting through the air, but then use the ship, or rather the sea, as a means of reducing carbon footprint. And then in the process, you get that certification. It's a lot more complex than what I've said, but there is a carbon footprint certification that is actually something that now the market is actually requiring. Global Gap certification. Don't get your certification and keep quiet about it. We have Rainforest Alliance, we have organic, we have all these, including fair trade. All these labels are known by consumers and offer immediate credibility. It basically means that you care about the environment, that you care about the quality of the produce, that you care about the workers that actually work for you. So communicating these credentials is very, very important. You could be having them, but the way and manner in which they're actually packaged and communicated is actually very important, and that can effectively differentiate yourself from the competition. Here we are saying is that the best messages are actually short and concise. If you are into Rainforest Alliance to the left of my screen, that logo is equally very, very, very important. If you are doing fair trade, which is actually in the middle, you basically just use that logo. We have actually said that these credentials are known to the customers, and they actually convey some message of credibility. So the simplest you present these, the better. Whether it is Rainforest Alliance, organic, Global Gap, etc. Be clear, be direct. Buyers will only give you 2 seconds of attention. So these are actually the examples in terms of the way you can actually be able to position. So now I want us to spend just a few minutes, but to talk about the key messages that you need to convey about your company. But again, this is an area that we have actually spoken about. So without much ado, I think in order to summarize, we'll basically just move to the next slide, because in your earlier presentation, you did speak about the various products and how you basically want to position them. Now, how do sustainable all-rounders currently communicate their messages? This is about who are you. I remember a number of us actually talking about, our sustainable farming system, our sustainable operations. But now the question is, how do you communicate this message? How do you package this message to be able to convincingly approach various clients for purposes of ensuring that there is actually the buy-in? There is partnerships and communities. How closely do you work with the communities? You can actually put it in a very simple manner by way of a handshake, showing that you're actually having partnerships with the communities. You could perhaps be offering things to do with maybe sinking boreholes in the local communities. You could perhaps also be supporting the primary schools in the local communities. You could perhaps even be offering scholarships for big corporations that are actually having the muscles to be able to do that. So partnership with local communities is actually a sustainable way that we need to think about and be able to package it effectively as a matter of calling it our unique selling point. Water conservation. We perhaps use water, recycle, clean, and take it back to the system. That is sustainable management of water resources, which of course, as you know, is a scarce resource. Energy use. This is also very, very important. How do we conserve energy in the various enterprises that we engage in? Community projects, social welfare. Do we take care of our employees? You spoke about, some of us spoke about, we do not have child labor. These are very, very important things. Environment and diversity. Some of us actually spoke about that. Waste management, and of course, biodegradable level of packaging. So how do sustainable all-rounders currently communicate their messages? This is how they package it. In a nutshell, you'll actually be able to know that this particular company is in partnership with the local communities, or is doing social welfare, or water conservation, or even energy conservation. So look at it differently, and then ask yourself in terms of what we actually did in the opening up presentation, how as a company we can actually be able to collapse this into a manner that can actually tell the customer that yes, this is an environmentally sound and sustainable organization, because customers actually look at things differently. Some of them are actually just looking at the sustainable approach to business. And it is actually important that we consider some of these things as very, very important. Now, so far, so good for the product and unique selling points. Now, what we will do here is to talk about now the company profile. The company profile is the who. Who are we? What is it that as a company we are actually offering to the market that is so unique to the extent that it needs to convince a customer on exactly why they should actually be able to partner with us in the journey to commercializing the various products and services that we then offer. So using the Wilmore story, I will take you briefly to that website. But number one is about our story. Okay, the story of the organization that we're actually talking about, that is our story. Who are you? What is your business about? How did you get here and where are you going? Where are you growing your produce? In terms of where you're growing your produce, if you're a big company, are you growing your produce across the globe? And are you talking about, supporting the smallholder farmers, and how? Where are you growing your produce is important, and how are you growing it? This is about soil, water, manure, mulching, generally sustainable land management. Who is the local community, and do you have smallholders? Very important. What is the local culture, and how are you integrated to the local culture? That is about our story. Then you come to our values as number two. What is it that we actually believe in as an organization? Some of these aspects are very, very important when we are working on our company profile. The commitment of the company, how is this translating to your product? Because the commitment of the company must actually be a commitment that then speaks directly to the product that you offer. Who sets your product? What sets your product apart from others? We have actually spoken about this, and we'll keep on reinforcing this aspect. So I will stop sharing this screen and move on to the Woolma website briefly. Woolma website. Okay, just hold on. Just hold on. I play around with the technology before I do the sharing. Just hold on. Okay. Okay, let me see if I'll be able to show it now. All right, it is here. You'll be able to see this Woolma.
Yeah.
We are able to see it, okay? This is actually just an example that you can actually be able to use to be able to appreciate how other organizations are actually doing it. Remember, this page is about accreditation, okay? And then they go further to talk about compliance standards and accreditation, okay? And then they give the literature of that. And then beneath here, they have got a summary of the accreditation that they have. They have BRC, Consistency Grade A+, and... Hello, somebody speaking?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. So they have actually given a summary of the various certifications that they have. Soil Association Organic Status Award, Red Tractor Site Accreditation, various accreditations that the market is actually looking for. They have not stopped at that. They are still telling us that they have Ethical Trading Initiative as a certification, Linking Environment and Farming certification. They have Global Gap certification as well. So you realize various companies actually come with various aspects of the accreditation. They have SEDEX, SMETA, BRC, Global Standard, and as well Rainforest Alliance. Okay, and of course they are a member of Association of Labor Providers also of the United Kingdom. So I invite you to take a moment at some point in time and basically go through this website. Remember, I've spoken about our story. If you are actually able to see my cursor, who are we? Our story is here. And then we have mission and values, and then followed with accreditation here, and then responsible business, and then they call it the Woolma way. This is just an example that we perhaps need to consider when we're actually talking about how to construct a working company profile. So allow me to stop sharing that website, because we were using that website to be able to reinforce the fact that it is actually important that we get it right when we are actually in the process of setting up a company profile. So I will go back to where I was. I will go back to where I was so that we then proceed. So that we then proceed in the journey to ensuring that we get it right. Okay. Of course, a summary of that, it is about our story, our values, and our commitment. That is the example that we get from Woolma, which we could perhaps also consider to borrow a few lessons from. Now, in terms of the way they structure their company profile, about who are you, who are we as an organization, Okay, then they pick one product, which is actually passion produce, passion fruit. Then they say a passion for produce. Remember, they've actually used the name of the passion fruit to make a statement. We have a passion for produce, the very best sustainable produce from all around the world. That is important. Then some of our colleagues were actually talking about the flavors of the produce that we produce. But Wilma also emphasizes on that and says, what we have is flavor and freshness guaranteed of the product that we have. And then, emphasis of we achieve the highest standards in farming, partnering with the very best growers operating a world-class supply chain. Talk about the flavor, emphasize about the flavor, and package it in a manner that then convinces the client that, yes, this is a produce that is worth partnering with. These are aspects that we must have in our product profile. Exotic produce sustainably farmed. All of us, or most of us, actually spoke about sustainable farming. This must be packaged in a very concise manner in the product or other company portfolio that we have as an organization. Find fresh food delivered. Okay, we listened to the example that Darilyn actually gave us, and this is something that we need to have captured in the company profile. So the Woolma story. The Wilma story is a section that we can consider borrowing from as we continue in this journey of developing our product and our company profile. Now, we want to get into an exercise briefly for only 10 minutes. And this is about what are the key messages that you need to convey about the products that you sell. Okay, just the key messages. Perhaps you will actually pick only 3 points to put onto the tablet based on the aspect that you've actually just discussed. So just pick about just one product from your company, and then I will take this onto the chat box, this link onto the chat box, get onto it, and then just post what the key messages that you need to convey about the products that your company sells. I hope that is clear, but I will emphasize on that once the tablet is actually up and running. So let me just copy this onto the chat box. Let me copy it onto the chat box, and then for 10 minutes, we basically just see what we can do and be able to share. Okay. Are we seeing the link? Open the chat box. Are you able to see it?
Show it again.
Can you go to the messages? Oh, sorry, I've not posted it. Sorry, I haven't. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that.
And now we see it.
Now we are able to see it. Yeah, so kindly just open it. Just open it, even as I share that. Even as I share that. Okay, I will then be sharing that the tablet. All right. I believe you are seeing my screen. Now, what you will do is that you will paste that link onto your browser, and then you'll eventually come to the screen that I'm actually showing here. Then what you will do, and if you're not familiar with tablet, I know most of us are familiar with the tablet. If you're not familiar with the tablet, go to this plus sign and click on the plus sign, right? And then on top here where it's written subject, just write your name. Okay. And after writing your name, say you are Tom. Okay. And then the message that you need to convey about your product, the product that you sell, you write it somewhere here. So I could perhaps write something like that as the message that I want to convey about the product that I sell. And then after writing that, then I will publish it. Okay. Then the minute I publish it, it will come out with the name Tom and the response that I have given. Right? I hope that is clear. Is it clear?
Not quite clear.
Okay. Did you see the link that I shared on the message? Hello?
Hello, but I think it has missing for now.
You don't have the link?
No.
All of us are not having the link?
Pardon?
All of us are not having that link. Yes, I
The
can
link,
see.
the link is in the message box. I think maybe if you check your messages, Abraham, you'll be able to see it.
Yes, because I think Nancy has seen it. Nancy has seen it. Just go to the message.
Okay.
Copy it and paste it onto the browser, and then this screen will actually automatically come to you. Have you done that? Hello?
All right.
Hello? Are we able to paste that link onto the browser? And then after doing that, come to this plus sign. You can see the plus sign at the end. At the end on my right hand, click on it. Then the subject comes here, put your name on the subject, and then come down here, write something beautiful. So write your response down here. Up where it is the subject, put your name, and then down here where it is there is a section here, write something beautiful, put your response in terms of what is the message that you want to convey about the product that you sell. Is it clear? Then after doing that, let me just give an example. After doing that, then this, thank you so much, Maxwell. You will see this written publish, and then you click on publish, and then it will actually come there automatically. So let me just remove what I've actually posted there. So we have 5 minutes to do this. Sorry, we have 10 minutes to do this exercise. Let me just delete it. Yes, I can see Maxwell has written. Nancy has equally written. Daphne has actually written. 5 more minutes of writing. 5 more minutes of writing, and then we move to the next level so that we don't keep you for a very long time. We have 5 more minutes. I think within 5 minutes, you perhaps would be in a better position to post something for us. Daphne, Maxwell, Humphrey is there. Wow, female force of farming. I think that is where Nancy works at. Theirs is broken down into 2 pieces. We'll be able to connect it anyway, unless maybe Nancy wants to do another one. Those of us with the challenge, don't mind. You could perhaps just scribble it. You will talk about it when we will actually be discussing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and somebody dropped off. We are still we are only 7 participants. We were 8 initially. I think somebody has actually dropped off. 3 more minutes. Three more minutes for that. Three more minutes, and then we are done with that tablet presentation. All right. Now it's Gadi. Thank you so much, Gadi. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad you are actually getting it right. We really appreciate the effort. So now we have Gadi, we have Humphrey, we have Daphne, we have Maxwell, we have Nancy. Nancy has not given us a name, but we know that is Nancy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you could get 1 more, then we proceed. We have got 2 minutes remaining for the exercise. Do you have Darlene in the house? Yeah, Nancy has given us her name. Thank you very much, Nancy.
Darlene requested to leave.
Okay.
She had to leave abruptly last time.
Oh yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. 1 minute. All right, all right, all right. I think we better call it off. Thank you so much for those of us who have actually participated in this. We really appreciate you. Nancy, could I kindly request you to read through all these write-ups from our colleagues? Nancy, please. Mention the name and the message that they're actually conveying about the product that they sell. Hi, Nancy. Would it be a technical error or a technical problem on the side of Nancy? Oh, Nancy, we can't get Nancy. Mr. Banda, could you please take us through these presentations?
What should I read all of them?
Yes, sir. Kindly just read all through, mention the name and what the message is.
Okay. I've got Humphrey, I said variety and quality, value chain, where it is produced, and pricing. We got Daphne Mpanje, markets. Macadamia nuts are premium quality, sustainability sourced, and especially handled to ensure optimum freshness and flavor, providing superior product for discerning buyers. Okay, I've got Maxwell Afia. Benjamin Farms produces freeze-dried mangoes, pineapples, and soursop in Ghana. We pioneered the use of freeze-drying technology for tropical fruits for the local and international markets. And you have got Nancy, who's saying female force of farming. Okay, I think that's it. I can see here.
And
That's
Banda?
mine as well. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can
Should
you
I
read
read mine?
about what you have shared?
Yeah, okay. What I've shared is we're championing the cultivation of perennial crops, which are not highly promoted in the country, Malawi, but they are on high demand on the international market.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, team, for that very good presentation. I think you're now getting the crux of the matter in a manner that by the time we are actually leaving here, we'll actually be in a position to be able to, collapse all this information in a manner that is actually suitable to the various markets that we operate into. So really thankful for that. And to proceed with the presentation, proceed with the presentation, let me again just share and briefly run you through the remaining part of the session, and then we will definitely call it a day. Okay. Okay, yes, hold on. Okay, that is what we have done. I thank you very much for that precise presentation, because it is actually important for us to actually appreciate what is it that we're actually sharing with the various customers that we serve. So still on what are you selling? This is for how Octoganics also presents it. Okay, they pick on one, realize they actually have a variety of products. Okay, this is what they say about mango at Thoughtful that they actually supply. That is very creamy with stingless flesh and an intensely sweet flavor. So any customer of mango who is not interested in a fibrous mango will definitely go with this based on how the message has actually been packaged. And this is what they say about apple granny. This refreshingly acidic eating apple has a crisp, firm texture. How about the passion fruit? Passion fruit have refreshing, sweet, slightly acidic flavor. So the customer who actually looking for this flavor will actually appreciate that he or she is actually talking about buying the right product that then meets his needs. Papaya. Ripe papaya smells of apricots and has a buttery, soft flesh with a deliciously sweet flavor. This is how some of these high-flying organizations, this is exactly what they do to be able to position themselves in the market effectively. And then you understand, some of us, when we're doing our presentation, we realize we have a broad category of the products that we actually do. Then it is actually important to actually give a summary about category, subcategory, origin. Where is it coming? Is it coming from Europe? Is it coming from Africa? Is it coming from the Caribbean? Is it imported? Is it both? And then availability is equally important. Let us actually appreciate that what we are selling, we must be able to tell the customer that it's available between January and June. Okay, for example, and such that in the next 3 months, it will not be available. That helps the customer to plan, and also helps you to plan. Then you meet in the middle by the time in which the products are actually available to the customer. The customer, if the product is actually available, like for instance, the Kenyan avocado season opened last week. So this information must have been conveyed to the various buyers to enable them do the planning so that they know that this particular week, they can actually be able to access the Kenyan produce. And like every other country, Malawi mango, the cashew nuts in Tanzania, and even the farm produce that Darilyn is actually doing in the Caribbean, it is actually important that we give them, the customers, this information. If you're talking about a specific product, it is also important that you talk about how the product is actually packaged, how unique this product actually is, and what is it that is actually important that can then convince the customer to go for that particular product. Now, availability inside the market that we're talking about. You will actually say that when we are actually going to sell this product into Europe, it will be available, say, between January and April, and that between May and October, this product will not be available until November and December. And then availability outside Europe, this important information is important, as well as the countries of origin of the product that you sell in the various markets that you work into. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have some work to do, and this is about how to craft your company and your product profile, and how you can actually be able to effectively describe these sessions. So we will go through a bit of some literature to be able to prepare for the work ahead. Allow me to just skip that information. Number one is that for those who have been to the Moodle platform, there is a section. I would invite you to go through the Moodle platform so that you can actually be able to appreciate the exercises that are actually there. There is information about the blue skies. The Blue Skies company operates in Ghana. You appreciate what our colleague from Ghana did say. And again, I think it also operates from Egypt, outside of England, where it actually happens. So there is a brief story about a Blue Sky that will then also help us to be able to craft our company profile, because this is what will form the basis of the next presentation that we'll actually be having next week. In terms of developing your company profile, you ask yourself, beyond certification, how does the company communicate its values? That is actually very, very important. So forget about the groups that we're actually talking about here. We are saying that you need to develop a chart of values and the mission statement for the various, for your company to be able to have it effectively positioned very well. Oh, Christine is coming late. So developing your company profile, number one, we've spoken about sustainability. What sustainability challenges do you face? And give us more information about this. So all this information will actually get them when you go back to the Woolma profile. So that is very, very, very important. Step number one, what sustainability challenges do you face? And give us more information about it. What is your mission as a company? Woolma says our mission is to sustainably grow and source, market, and deliver high-value fresh produce whilst making a positive impact on communities and local environment. So give us your mission. Okay? Somebody speaking. How about the people? How about the planet? Or how about the profit for purpose that you do as an organization? So what is your mission? That must come out very clearly in your company profile. What are the values of this company? And the values will be linked perhaps the community and the environment, entrepreneurial and passion that you actually have. For instance, we like for Woolma, we're talking about we always look for ways to grow and develop our business and to improve what we do. In fact, being entrepreneurial and passionate lies at the heart of Woolma and the way they work. And then empathy and win-win. Win-win how? We identify with creating long-term, meaningful, and mutually beneficial relationships with our growers, suppliers, customers, and employees. Empathy and win-win. It means our growers are winners, suppliers are winners, customers and employees, we are all winners. So that is about the values. What are your values? Step number 3. Accreditation programs and credentials for the organization. What kind of accreditations and what kind of programs and credentials are you having as an organization? This must be summarized in your company profile. Yeah, so good about that, just briefly. Yeah, so I want now to go back to this slide. Edwin, are you in a position to divide us into the groups?
Not for sure, but I can see majority of us are not here. Maybe for this one, we can just divide by calling out their names. I think we only 7.
So most of us have dropped out, right?
Yes. So the most effective way for you to do it here is just to divide the guys into 2 groups, not 4 or 5, and then they can work on it.
Or perhaps what then we do,
yes,
let it be individual homework, because after all, it is actually a takeaway.
For sure.
What then we can actually just be able to do? How many are we having in the house?
We have apart from yourself and myself, we have about 8.
If we have about 8, we could perhaps divide ourselves into 4 groups, right? And then we give them briefly just about 5 minutes, right? To have an idea in terms of the elements that they can actually be able to capture when they're actually developing their company profiles. And then the takeaway home will be all of us in the next class will be coming back with our various company profiles.
Company profiles.
Yes.
So for the I mean, it will just be two per group.
Yes, 2 per group. Yes. So let them come. Maybe somebody can offer his company.
So don't take too much time. I can see. Yeah, I mean, which company do you want us to to work with.
Now, Edwin?
Christine? Yes.
Somebody speaking,
Sorry?
right?
No, I am the one speaking, but I think Abraham is not.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yeah, what perhaps we could do.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Edwin.
You can hear me very well.
Yes, I can hear you very, very well.
Hear me very well.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you very, very well. Hear me very well. Yes, I can hear you very, very well. Okay. So what I'm saying is, because we are only 8, we can just divide to 2 per group and then move on like that.
Yeah, I think that is okay.
And the 2 per group is just okay. Go ahead. There is a question you had asked if we are supposed to somebody volunteer a company.
Yes, what I'm saying is that in each and every single group, one can actually volunteer his company to be used for presentation purposes and basically take us through the various steps of developing the company profile. And this should be a very brief exercise because it will be a takeaway for all of us. Okay, so that's why I feel we need to do it just perhaps for only 5 minutes in the groups, and then we come back for presentation, and then we close the day.
Okay, because we only have 8 minutes, my suggestion would be Gadi is your company okay to be volunteered so that we can use it
No
for
problem.
the session?
No problem. You can use it.
All right.
The name of the company is called Rams Agriculture.
Good. Gadi has volunteered.
Okay. That is for group 1, right?
The next step, that is for group 1, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then let's
Group 2. Group 2 would be, I would say, Humphrey and Christine.
Okay, I would like to volunteer to Maxwell Benyima Farms.
Okay, Maxwell. What is the name of the company?
Benyima Farms Limited.
Good. So there's Maxwell and there's Gadi. Tom, so that we don't take too much time here. These 2 we can use, we can just have 4 guys behind these 2 groups. And they can quickly take those 2 companies and develop a quick profile based on the 5 steps that you had shown them. I think that would save us the time because I can see we only have 7 minutes or 8 minutes left.
I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
So the long and short of it is Gadi and Christine and Humphrey, you're in one group. And we have Abraham and Maxwell and Nancy and Daphne in the other group.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I think we have 5 minutes. We can reconvene. You want to break them out in their rooms? I don't think so, Tom. I think we are very few of us.
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you don't need to break them out, they can just, quickly, you can break them out in rooms so that we just do it once.
All
in
right.
5 minutes.
Are you able to do it from your end?
I'm unable to do it on my end. I think I don't have the co-host rights.
Okay.
But you can just quickly do that.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Breakout rooms. So we have 2 groups, right? Assign manually.
You can just do it manually.
So group 1 is who?
Gadi. It was Gadi and Humphrey and who?
Can't remember.
So group 1 is Gadi.
And Christine.
Gadi, Christine, Humphrey.
And Christine.
Gadi and Christine.
Gadi, Christine, and Humphrey.
Gadi, Christine, and Humphrey.
Yes.
Right?
We went before. One more.
Gadi.
Yes, so we'll give you one more. Gadi, Christine, Humphrey. And then group 2, as I allocate, because I can see somebody has also dropped out. Group
Okay.
2, you can put Maxwell,
Maxwell,
Daphne,
Daphne.
and Nancy.
Nancy.
Now, the person not allocated is
Abraham.
we have Abraham. So Abraham can go with Gadi's group.
Okay.
Yes.
Let him just join this group for ease of operations.
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys.
No problem. Then you can put me in whichever group. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So guys, you can join your rooms and basically just have a 5 minute discussion, and then you see how the aspect of product profile, company profile goes. Okay, can see they've joined their rooms, right? Oh, Christine has not gone to her room.
Christine has not joined her room.
Oh,
I
yes,
think
Abraham.
she's going. Abraham has not joined his room.
Abraham, are you? Oh, he has gone. Yeah,
Gone.
that's fine. Yeah.
So we can
So
wait for them as they come back, and
yeah.
then because you are a host, you can be able to get into any room and check.
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
think next time we have
Yeah, we'll actually have to fix that
out
issue.
so that it's easy. I can help you with one group as you do the other.
Exactly. So that is okay.
Next 4 minutes, you can bring them back in.
Okay, 4 minutes. Actually, I should have done it automatically such that, you can see your message.
You can write in the groups. I think you're able to write in.
Yeah, I've actually done that briefly. Okay. Yeah, let's give them maybe 3 more minutes. They basically come back. They will actually have gotten time to basically just pick a few aspects of it, and then you close the session.
But you've conducted it very well. Also shortened it very well. So
yeah, which is actually
I
important.
like how we started. When we started, now they knew what they're talking about. They got better at it. So we don't bombard them with theory too much.
Yeah, not really necessary. Not really necessary.
No, you've conducted it very well. I think I like the approach as well.
Exactly, and building onto when you opened up with actually that presentation, then that linkage and flow comes in
Has gone
very
very
handy.
well.
Comes in very handy. Let's see.
But it's also a very participatory, a group that really participates, which is interesting because everyone did the homework. Everyone, at least the guys who came for the call did the. You can tell people are prepared.
Yes, they are prepared. They are actually very, very much prepared, which is encouraging.
Sometimes
on a number
very rare.
Very rare. On a number of occasions, you come here and you find that not so many people worked on their exercise. Let me just walk into.
No, go ahead.
Let me
I'll
just
be here.
walk
I'll be in
into
the main
this
one.
room.
That's the keyword.
Yeah, so we are unique because we are mainly extracting purely for cosmetic. It's not edible. So we're targeting that niche of the avocado oil cosmetic market.
So
which is others are targeting both edible as well as, but they're just putting it randomly. But for us, we're saying that
special niche.
Yes, special niche. We're just doing that niche for their cosmetic and all the products. That's why we're trying to add value to it.
Yeah, another one.
The same way whenever it comes to palm oil, we're not targeting the edible part. We're targeting mainly the cosmetic, which is mainly soap making and the.
Okay, so that one we have taken note. Number 1, number 2.
In terms of
one, the other, what makes you different?
Well, another difference, you can say that as a country, Malawi, we don't have them. We don't promote. They don't have them, so we are kind of like.
Are we the only producers in Malawi?
As of now, you are the only one who can champion them. I would say so. Yeah.
Only producer.
We don't have any. We don't have like any other company. So as a
Impact. So after you state the overview in just a short description of the company, and then you move on to the mission and vision statement, which the vision will capture the impact, the possible impact, or
not. I think
or
we
make
actually
it
need to write our story, and just put those four lines as Daphne was saying. So, we don't even need to say overview. If we say our story as the beginning, that will lay the overview for us.
One more minute, sorry. 1 more minute.
And then what's the vision? What's the vision for Benyima Farms?
Okay, I'm pasting it.
Maybe